I was playing in a match late one night when my eyes saw an annoying sight. For my hero in the Roche pit, it was outrageous, suddenly no aegis. He did the aegis snatch.
The aegis snatch.
He did the aegis snatch.
The aegis snatch.
He did the aegis snatch.
The aegis snatch.
And my keyboard got smashed from my laboratory, also known as the DotP's glory. Some may call it a shed, but we get a lot done out here.
The aegis snatch.
No, I need more. I think.
The aegis snatch.
Do you want to just do one first?
The aegis snatch.
I need to borrow that from you. It's in your hand. Just
Hey everybody! Welcome to another episode of Defense of the Patients and DotP podcast. Sorry I had to lean around the mic to pass Roland an e-cigarette.
It's a vaporizer thing that helps us not smoke cigarettes.
Yep, so that we can be healthy and do more podcasts and all that good stuff. I'm Cyphus, sitting here with Roland.
Hello.
In person, in the studio today.
Yeah, actually in the studio.
Yeah.
Looks like we've done an every other week type thing so far.
Yeah.
It's been like a bi-weekly recording in the recording studio.
It's a miserable drive to get here from where I'm at now.
Yeah, I know. And I might be taking this job in Salt Lake. I decide tomorrow. Or I need to decide by tomorrow. And it's like, which means shit. Like, yeah, it's a good job. But it's like a 40-minute drive every day in the snow.
Yeah.
It's in the Zions building.
Oh, okay.
So it's like downtown. Like, it's cool because you just take the elevator. We're at the top floor. It's at the top floor,
sure,
so it's like
yeah.
I know that like it's like
it's legit.
It's like a bit like a bigger boy job than what I deserve for sure. But yeah, I mean, it's cool that like you get off the elevator and you're just in. I'm right by chicken curry fried chicken.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Which is the best place to eat in Utah, in my opinion. And yeah, I mean, I think that like that's the biggest selling point. Like we went over salary and I was like, yeah.
You're a block away from curry fried chicken.
Like I can get lunch at curry fried chicken every day. That's something. I'm going crazy.
Okay, fair enough.
And so
yeah.
like, I just need to get out of the fucking house. Like I don't leave the compound. I don't.
So now the cabin fever's setting in?
A little bit, and the WoW fever.
Oh man,
I'm still playing the shit out of it, and it's
really?
fun as fuck. Yeah. Blizzard. Here's my apologizing. So I got into WoW, as you know. We'll get into Dota, and they made it so everything's streamlined and really fast.
Yeah.
Like it took me forever to get to level 60. I'm almost level 60 now, and late like Thursday night. I see the Warcraft movie is on Amazon.
Oh my god!
And I rent it, and oh my god, was that like the most fun movie I've seen in like 6 months? It is the exact map of World of Warcraft, at least if you're starting Alliance. Even the elevations that they have when they're doing are correct. Yeah, I understand that it's cheesy and terrible, but guess what? World of Warcraft and all the quest lines and everything you do in World of Warcraft, it's cheesy and terrible. So I really appreciated it, actually. I thought it was awesome. The only thing I didn't like was the Guardian, the actor for the Guardian.
I haven't seen it, and I'll be honest.
I fucking loved it when it ended. I was sad when that movie ended, and they set it up for a sequel, which I will fucking see in a heartbeat. I know that like. The majority of people are like, what the fuck is this garbage? But for me, like, okay, they're flying a griffin into Stormwind, all right? And it is literally...
No, I have heard...
It is the exact same, like, how it looks in the game when you fly a griffin into Stormwind.
I've heard from the
it was so
film
cool
podcasts I've listened to that he was a fan pleaser.
Oh, fucking A, it was, dude.
And I get it. I know I wasn't enough.
I loved
fan.
it.
I know I'm gonna sit there and watch that movie and not.
And I love the guy
experience.
from I love the Lothar. All actual people in the universe.
Yeah. Well, even I remember Lothar from Warcraft 2.
God damn, dude. It was so good. It was so good, dude. And the CGI was just perfect, in my opinion, because it was, like, obviously bad CGI. But it's always been bad CGI. Like, it was literally anybody who has played Blizzard.
Okay.
I am like a fucking fanboy hardcore.
I know. So what I'm experiencing right now is this weird
Like,
turnaround
I
for
know.
you from
Diablo
fuck
can ride
Blizzard
a pony
and
in
fuck
Heroes.
everybody.
Fuck Heroes of the Storm. Fuck Heroes of the Storm.
And fuck Heroes of the Storm.
That's
fuck
it.
Blizzard and fuck Blizzard and fuck Blizzard. And then
Fuck Heroes of the Storm.
you have turned into a Blizzard apologist overnight.
I have.
Yeah.
World of Warcraft is an awesome, like, I know that for people who are addicted to opiates, they take Suboxone as a replacement therapy.
Sure.
That's what World of Warcraft is for when I want to get off the deep, dark, bubbling heroin that I inject into my eyeballs that is Dota 2.
Okay.
That it's just an ugly world, dude. Everyone you do it with is ugly. You know what I mean? They do it too much. Even your friends turn into enemies over it.
Yep.
You blame other people when there's not enough. You know, it's terrible. But then you jump into World of Warcraft and you grind a level. You go get it. You go kill it. You go find it. You get on your steed. I have a white Palamo, which is nice. I'm a human mage. I have a witch doctor mask. I look just like Witch Doctor, but I'm a human. No, I don't think that. I thought that forever. It's crazy to have played World of Warcraft in like 2005 and 2006. Came out in 2004. So I started playing like maybe 2 months after it came out. Played for 2 years, stopped in 2006. And it was like to find a party of 5, you had to find a party of 5. You had to be like, hey.
Oh, I remember the old chat. I mean, that was one of the more annoying aspects of the game for sure. Was everybody spamming?
But at the same time, it
spamming
made
the
it
local chat with, you know.
It made it looking for group LFG.
Yep.
How often did you LFG Dead Mines? LFG Dead Mines.
LF healer, LF DPS.
Yeah,
and it's
like, healer tank
wah,
DPS.
wah,
Yeah. But they've streamlined that, and I appreciate that. I don't think I would have appreciated it back then. But I appreciate it now because the cap is level 110, and now it's just allowing me to just level super rapidly. But yeah, the game is fun. I can't really be addicted to it. I only have like 15 hours, 16 hours to get to level like 53 or something like that. It doesn't take long, and it's just great to like be like the crazy farm slark, lose, and be like, you know what I'm gonna go do? I'm gonna go run a dungeon. I'm gonna go save some village as the wonderful human wizard that I am. And when I'm done doing that, I'll be cooled off and go into Dota. And I would like to report to you all that I've climbed a lot of MMR using this method. Initially, I had.
Oh, man.
It
when
wasn't
you pulled up that list tonight, I was like, oh.
It wasn't until playing with you that I got the abandon curse. So I was playing a game with Denny. I was undying. I randomed undying. Denny was playing Enigma. You went on to win. I didn't leave out of rage, even though I was doing terrible. I left because it's getting close to baby time, and Audrey needed to talk to me.
Yeah.
And when she needs to talk to me, it's like she doesn't need to. She just wants me to like.
But you've got to respond because the hormones are at their highest.
Oh, if I'm like, let me
efficacy
finish this
right
game.
now.
Let me finish this game doesn't work anymore.
No.
I have to be like, hey, I'm going to go play a game of Dota, which means let's go ahead and block out the next hour and a half for me, okay? If we need to go to the hospital, I'll abando. But I don't want to abando.
Yeah.
Okay? So let's just make sure that I'm clear for the next hour and a half. I'm going to play one game of Dota. Still doesn't work. She'll come out here and be like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm like 5 minutes in. Like
we were pretty quick in.
I'm 5 minutes into a game. It's just like, I'm bored. And it's like, okay, well, what can I do for you? Nothing. Fuck you.
She doesn't want to hop back on the Dota train?
No, she wants to hop on the World of Warcraft train, which is why we're building a computer that is ridiculous to run World of Warcraft.
I've got an old PC somewhere.
No, we're gonna make this a tradition, which I love this. It's gonna be, we're not gonna get each other gifts for Christmas. We're going to do one gift for both of us. Isn't that fucking brilliant?
Would definitely be a gift.
Isn't that
for both
fucking
of you.
brilliant?
Yeah.
And so, she gets to pick the color of the case and everything like that.
There you go.
And I get to pick what goes inside. And so we're doing Founders Edition 1080.
Nice.
So we're doing a 1080, and she's like, "Why is it $500?" And I was like, "Cause it's a Founders Edition." Okay, why is makeup like $300 or whatever? Because
I was gonna say,
makeup,
ask
okay?
her. Ask her why she can't go get the bag at fucking Walmart to haul some shit around her.
Yeah, or ask her why she has to get her Italian
why
lamp.
do you need a? Yeah, well,
Okay, let me stop you for a second and let you know of this atrocity to human life. Okay, this pisses me off. She got a This is her great grandmother, blah blah blah's chandelier.
Yeah,
an ugly chandelier. Let me say that much. And Audrey, if you're listening, that is a hideous fucking chandelier, and I hate it, and I never want to talk about it again.
Are words that are only spoken by a man
hate
who
that
knows
chandelier.
she won't listen.
I hate it. I hate that chandelier with all my heart. Anyway.
Oh, you should be careful. Somebody
I know.
Gonna get
Go
back.
ahead, Blackheart and Audrey are good friends. Go ahead, anybody. I don't care at this point. I'm about to fucking snap over this goddamn chandelier. We have like 5 chandeliers in the house. It's stupid.
They're not big chandeliers.
This one is. This is the big one in the corner.
Because I think when you say chandelier, everybody pictures.
They're little chandeliers. There's medium-sized chandeliers. Now there's this big chandelier, and it was from Italy, and it has Italian blah 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 glass. Okay, that was made in fucking Italy, and it holds like what would be candles, but they're candelabra bulbs. Okay, so it looks like it's like holds candles, and there are 12 of them that hold candles, but one of them is a piece of the glass has broken off due to this old, ugly ass pink glass piece of shit chandelier, okay? That she is sending to Italy. She is shipping it to Italy to get it fixed, okay? Because that's the only place that can fix it.
Remember when we shipped that shirt to Canada?
No, I know I won't go into price points here.
Yeah.
But to fix the chandelier is fine as is. I've said it's in a corner. Said, why don't we put the broken piece in the corner so no one can see it, and then we don't have to send it to fucking Italy. She's been calling around internationally. International businesses, and I can't.
There's nobody here that could do something akin to that.
Well, they could, but could they do it right? This was my great blah 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 grandmother blah blah blahs, and she would have sent it to Italy if she would have known that I was going to pass it on to Charlie. Charlie will want the chandelier. And I'm like, that is my son. And I promise you, he will not give a fuck about that chandelier. Okay? I obviously didn't say that. But if he is my son, which I'm like 90% sure that's my kid, I'm still going to get the paternity test. Need to make sure I can bail it just in case. You know what I mean? Sure. Thank you for the gifts. I'll leave them with Audrey. We'll just call it. We'll just call it.
Gucci sent some stuff.
Holy shit! Sent some stuff. Sent a box full of stuff, dude.
Wow. What a sweet guy. I love
one of the gifts that he sent, though, I mean, it's super nice, and this is necessary for having a baby, but you stick it in the baby's nose, and then on your end, you suck the boogers out of the baby's nose, and you go, as you suck the baby's boogers out of his nose. Can you believe
about
that?
Dota now? Can we talk about
you
Dota?
fucking suck boogers out of the baby's nose, and I'm
nasty.
like, Audrey, we need to have a discussion about what I will and will not do. Okay? Totally down to change diapers. Totally down to bathe. Totally down to watch. Totally down to burp. Totally down to feed the baby. Obviously, I don't produce milk out of my breasts, but I will.
I think you could if you tried hard enough.
I think I could too. I definitely could if I. I don't know. But I am not going to suck the boogers. They have automatic. We went to Babies R Us. They have automatic ones. They're like, and it has they're like really nice and check pressure and stuff. But the best ones, according to mom.com or whatever the fuck, wherever she finds this shit.
The ones where you manually.
Well, then you can check the pressure so you're not sucking too hard out of the baby's nose. And then the boogers just come right up the pipeline. And if you get some in your mouth, it's just your baby's boogers.
No, I don't want anybody's boogers in my mouth.
I was a kid that did not. I never ate my boogers.
I can't talk about boogers anymore.
Did you ever eat your boogers?
No.
It was. I saw kids do it. And those kids, like, I still won't talk to them today.
All right, look,
I still won't talk to them today.
There are any booger eaters out there listening to the show.
But yeah, there are just certain things that like you don't do, and I'm not willing to do that. I feel like the baby will be just fine. I feel like, okay, so estimated how many human beings you think been born? Like 30 billion?
Oh, no, way more than that.
More than 30 billion? Like 50 billion people have been born?
Let's see.
I mean, it's been exponential with population growth. So it's like, I know there are like 7 billion people alive today, and that constantly people are dying and being reborn. Not like reincarnate, like people are dying, period, and then people are being born, period. But a lot of people have been born. And so Audrey tries to pull the like, you have no idea what it's like. And I was like, nope, I don't. But guess what? Like 500 billion people do. And I read that shit. So I have an okay idea of what it's like.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, it's got to be just estimates.
Stupid article that won't just give me the flat.
Let's just go ahead and say like 1 trillion people have been born.
The semi-scientific approach yields an estimate of about 108 billion births since the dawn of the human race.
Okay, so that's before Neanderthals, before the... Okay. So I was like, you know what? We got in this argument, and I was like, you know what's even less common than birth? People without eyes. You know, it's even less common than birth. Like a million other things, because everybody that's here today was born. You know what I mean? It's fucking getting to me, man. We're going into labor and delivery like every other day, and they're like, "Hey, what's up? Here's the gown. You don't even need to go into a changing room. Like, let's just do it all right here, because we're just gonna send you home." And I'm just there.
Yeah, you guys are way too early.
Way too early.
You're way too early.
And
you're not even to the point where it would be like...
It's 35 weeks. So, no, they wouldn't stop delivery. So,
yeah, but...
It wouldn't even be NICU. It would just be a preemie. It wouldn't even be NICU. The doctor came in.
It'd be super early if it happened.
It would be... So, December 4th, it's Halloween. Tomorrow, today, whatever you're listening today, so it's Halloween. Ooh, happy Halloween, boo. Yeah, so it would be like a month early.
Yeah.
In a week, it'd be like a month early, which is not uncommon. Yeah. A month early.
All right, I'm switching the topic to Dota.
Sure.
I'm taking us there.
Sure.
Have you played Dota?
Tons. Have I won at Dota would be a better question. Yes, tonight.
Have you updated to iOS 10 on your iPhone?
No, I haven't.
Have you seen the Apple News logo?
Does it look just like Dota?
That's the Apple News logo.
I don't know much about IP law, but I'm going to go ahead and say that is way close.
I mentioned this to Andrew on Geeks earlier today, but he said, then he pointed at our logo and said, you know.
Even ours is more different than theirs.
Yeah. It's a pretty direct ripoff.
Hey, it's just more brand recognition, you know.
Well, that's the news logo. So for me, every time I open up my phone and I see that,
you're like,
no,
Dota news. I want to know about Comey. Oh yeah.
It's
yeah.
Anyway. But so I managed to get one game in before I came over today. Mm-hmm. It was a Spectre game where I was just wrecking. It was a random draft game in ranked, which almost never pops up for me. I was doing great, and I got and the game was going super late. You know, as you hope sometimes with the Spectre game, and I got Necro ulted at like
and then
65 minutes. Yeah, couldn't come back for 120 seconds, and it was over.
That's
Necro. But was admittedly, so this is something I wanted to bring up to you and wanted to talk to you about and get your thoughts on, or hell, maybe even have you pitch to Proud on Friday when you guys do Proudland.
Look, I don't take requests for Proud. Okay, I know he has a press secretary that you can go through. Like, if this is an attempt for me to ask Proud something, please go through the proper channels.
Fair enough. I've been telling people anytime I get shit from my PA
I know,
build,
I saw.
I just send. I just tell. That's exactly what I say.
Go to
Proud Dota on Twitter. Say direct your complaints to him. That's what every time.
That's hilarious. I hope somebody does.
I was having trouble though in the Spectre game with a troll warlord, and it
makes sense. Makes it so you can't hit. It's big that you hit. Like, you don't attack that fast. You attack. You do a lot of damage. Yeah. And if it's just you, like, you and Troll out in the desert with no creeps around, and he is you. You, unless you have an MKB, you're not attacking that fast. It's just that you pack a big punch with Desolate, right? Or Desolate, excuse me. You pack a big punch with
Desolate. I thought it was Desolate.
Purge says Desolate, so I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a desolate landscape is what we're painting when you're 1v1. No, it's Desolate, definitely.
It might be Desolate.
No, it's not. It's
Actually,
Desolate.
No, it probably is Desolate. Now that I think about it, I feel like an idiot.
Why?
Of course, it's Desolate.
Why?
Yeah, because it is a Desolate. You're out alone, Desolate. Like you're doing damage because they're alone. The enemy's alone.
Because it's Desolate. No, I'm the fucking idiot.
Yeah, I feel like an idiot too.
Well, wouldn't you be desolating them too? Because I feel like both. Let's just say both. So I don't have to take the brunt of all this.
The other common one that bugs me, that people do, that even our own Flub with 2 Bs does, and
McGee?
A trophy.
Atrophy.
Instead of saying atrophy. For atrophy.
He says a trophy?
Yeah, he says a trophy.
That's
he's not the only one.
That's atrocious.
I hear a lot of people say a trophy in games as well. And
that's like saying atrocious.
But atrophy is something that you...
Yeah, it's muscle atrophy.
Right,
yeah,
but maybe unless you took a bio, like a specific bio
that's the whole
course
point behind it.
Something maybe you wouldn't come across that word, but yeah. McGee, by the way, I heard that episode of Proudland. That is, he was making a goddamn joke because it sounds like McGee, like an Irish guy.
No,
like,
there's a caster that
Ogre
refers
McGee.
to Ogre as Ogre McGee, and like apparently when you're like a renowned caster, no one corrects you because, why would they? I guess you're already a renowned caster, and there's just a few flaws with you, right? Like everybody has a few flaws, you know what I mean?
But you don't get corrected.
But that is a glaring Maggie flaw, and it bugs. But
all right, so Troll Warlord,
it makes a lot of sense that he counters you. It's like Lifestealer. Lifestealer's a man fighter. Troll Warlord's a man fighter.
What do I do to deal with a troll?
Buy an MKB, probably. Or buy a BKB.
I'll bet I was an idiot and picked him into troll, too. I picked her into troll.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see anything super wrong with it until it goes, way late game. Because when he swirls and twirls, you're hoping that he's missing, too. Because I'm guessing you're going Radiance.
Yeah, I did go
You miss 100% of the time. He misses 17% of the time. So, whatever. Also, every time he hits you, he's dishing a little bit of damage back to himself.
Well, and the bash. It was the bash that ended up fucking me.
Bash sucks, too. He'll bash through BKB, I believe.
Yeah.
So, I honestly think that...
I don't know. Actually, I don't know that he...
I know for a fact that Slardar bashes through BKB.
Well,
I know
so does Jug, and so does Spirit Breaker. Well,
Spirit Breaker bashes through. The Skull Basher bashes through. So I know that,
I'm sure
maybe it does. I know that all those bash heroes bash through. It just would make sense that he bashes through.
Well. Yeah, I mean, I didn't build BKB that game. I didn't need
Probably BKB or MKB, one of the kings, is what you need.
What's BKB really going to do for me? Like, I
make
mean,
it so when he swirls, you don't miss?
Yeah, I know, but wouldn't I rather have MKB?
Sure.
Over BKB?
I'm just saying.
I mean, I guess
what you said, what do you get? And I said, but one of those
right,
do.
Yeah. Unless it definitely wasn't a game that warranted a BKB for anybody else on the team, but...
Yeah. Really, it's not Lincoln Sphere won't do anything, right? Because it's not. Yeah. So I think.
Oh, I guess the BKB might have been decent against to avoid damage from the Necro ult.
No BKB. So no matter what, Necro ult pierces spell immunity. But it doesn't do damage.
It doesn't do the magic damage.
But you can still die. You can still get killed during it. Yeah. It's still a lockdown while you're beat. So it's like if Troll comes in there and bashes you while your BKB's on. That's why I totally advocate Lincoln Sphere over BKB if you want to deal with Necro.
Yeah.
But of course you deal with, at least at our MMR, because people aren't smart enough to be like, he has a Lincoln Sphere, pop it, and then we'll do your giant ult that is totally OP. I hate OP.
Yeah,
annoying.
That was a big discussion on last Wednesday.
Annoying
overuse of OP.
It's just obnoxious. It's just a hero that can do nothing all game long, muster up 4,200 gold, then
I'll say it felt fucked. You know why?
Yeah, it is fucked.
It felt more fucked than most things in Dota, and especially in that game because it was a game where let's
have it add more time.
I agree
a
with
BKB.
Right. Well, I agree with
or
death.
not BKB, an ags. Add
I agree
more
with
time.
death being punishing, but when I couldn't buy back, in fact, it hit a point in the game where I was like, well, the only way they're ever going to kill me, the only way they ever get to kill me is if they lock me down with Necro's ult. Which you're right, I should have fucking gone,
maybe Lincoln's. I don't know. With Spectre, there's just so much shit you want.
Yeah.
That it's like, okay, what are you
felt hard to
sacrificing? Manta? What are you sacrificing? Heart? What are you sacrificing? Butterfly? Like, Lincoln Sphere isn't super great on Spectre.
But
I think MKB...
It got to a point where it didn't even save for buyback. Because it was like, well, if I'm going out, like, because I saved for buyback, and at like 55 minutes, he got an ult off. And
it's annoying.
And he had ags at 55 minutes, you fucking betcha, and I'm out. I have the gold to buy back, and I can't.
What is like an alternative? So like instead of bitching about it, like as like a community, like what would we suggest to replace that? Because I know that it's just generally an obnoxious thing that you see it all the time with anti-mage. You see it all the time with these super late game carries that once they die and can't come back, it's over.
Well,
and
don't get me wrong, I'm okay with being punished for death. That's the thing, is like, I'm okay with being punished for dying. The punishment for dying that every hero has, that we all share in common,
is a huge gold
loss. Or if you weren't a smart guy and you didn't save your gold,
a game loss.
A game loss because you couldn't.
But if you're smart enough to say no, I'm not gonna buy the Eagle Song because it's only 25 agility. I'm not gonna buy the Eagle Song because I don't have enough surplus.
But Necro in a game means you're not just punished for death. You lose the game when you die, and there's nothing you can goddamn do.
The hero
about it.
really didn't do much the entire game. But then,
yeah.
Necro has a weird power curve.
Right, but that's the shitty thing, is literally having a Necro in the game, in a game where I have a fucking late game carry like Spectre, a late game carry like Lifestealer, any of those fuckers. Mm-hmm. If I've got one of those heroes, basically having a Necro in a game means I can't die. I'm not allowed to die.
No.
If I die, it's over.
And even, okay, so let's say you're a Spectre.
Because I have nothing.
You're a Spectre and you have an Ogre, even. And in order for you guys to win, and that Ogre has an Axe because it's 65 minutes. Even if your Ogre dies and can't buy back is dead for 90 seconds because it's adding 30 seconds to his death timer, and he can't buy back. All of a sudden, you're in a shitty position too. Like your whole team, anybody, like even a Crystal Maiden at 65 minutes sucks to get Necro ulted. Yeah. Anybody he targets, like the Aghanims is extremely strong. Not only does it like every missing piece of damage that they have, it does extra damage. Yeah. Not only that, we're going to add 30 seconds to your death timer because that's just how the ult works. And you can't buy back.
Yeah,
it's just kind of
the buyback thing drives me mad.
The Ags would still be really good
if it just enhanced how much damage you did,
and maybe increased the amount of buyback gold you needed. So like
that's an interesting idea.
Yeah. Sure. So like if you're going up against a Necro and your surplus is only 100, that's not enough. I need 1,000 surplus because if this Spectre ults me, it's going to add 30 seconds that I'm going to have to pay for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it forces you to do some math.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not just rely on that
instead of just
surplus.
being like, no, like they've slowly started weeding out the skill-less things about Dota 2. Yeah. For instance, Faceless Void's backtrack on damage, where like you would hit him with a Laguna Blade and it'd be like, he backtracked it.
Yeah.
And it would be like, well, wait, what did he do to do that? No,
nothing.
It's just he leveled the skill up.
That's just what he does.
Yeah, that's his skill that sometimes you do a lot of damage and
nothing happens.
Because time and he backtracked it.
Yeah, he randomly
there's just a few things that I'd like to see fixed.
Even beyond that with Faceless now with the time lock.
With time lock and time walk. Like time lock now that they have to have cast the spell or something like that.
You have to know that they cast or would have.
They're starting to add a lot of skill to skill-less things, which I really appreciate. I think everybody appreciates that.
Even if it is painful to learn or means you're less effective in some ways with those heroes at our level, like it's still rewarding. I mean, you still get to see those moments.
And I mean, I think there's a few other things within the game that are skill-less that could go away. Blur there could be a change to Blur. I think Blur could be a cooldown where you hit it and you have
know what?
it.
I don't worry about Blur anymore.
Sure, and I know that there's easy ways. Blur, I know.
Not after going on a spam spree with PA.
PA. Everybody's going on a spam spree.
You know what?
with
I
PA.
don't fucking. I don't worry about Blur on PA.
No, and you shouldn't
so
really, because there's
it's so
magic
easy to pick
damage.
and deal with her.
There's MKBs. What was the hero that I was thinking about where I was like, that is just fucking skillless? There are a bunch of just skillless things that. Not a bunch. They've like Faceless Void was a glaring like that's skillless. Get rid of it. That's skillless. God damn it! I was playing something recently where I was like, that is just skillless. Just skillless.
Pudge Suicide.
Pudge Suicide. Thank you.
Yeah, Pudge Suicide. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I was like,
I mean, okay. I
there
think
is
you're
skill.
Gonna,
There is skill. Okay.
I think people are going to argue with you.
So
on that,
there's
but I
huge
am
skill to
kinda
it.
with you.
So there is there's I just did like the 1 second the Trump 1 second to you. 1 second.
Wrong.
Okay, sorry. So there was this guy he's like a 6.57K Pudge player, and he did an AMA that I read on Reddit. And what he does that is brilliant and is skill is he buys a soul ring. And soul ring's great on Pudge, right? Pudge buys tranquil boots, Pudge hooks, Pudge needs mana, Pudge has low mana pool, buys soul ring. But it's great for suicide because he's like, yo, bitch is beyond me. And instead of just like, I'm going to hit W and hopefully I suicide. Let's just see how it falls. If I die, I'm going to die anyway. If I suicide, fuck yeah. What he'll do is like, I mean, at 7K, you're watching the projectiles flying toward you, right? And he's like, okay, I'm at 300 health. Okay, I'm at 200 health. Okay, I'm at 100 health. Soul Ring W. Soul Ring puts you at 1 health. Rot kills you immediately.
Yeah.
Super smart, skilled way of killing yourself. Skilled way of killing yourself. I'm a huge advocate of if Veno's ult brings you to 1 health, it won't kill you. Veno's ult, it'll only keep taking you down to 1 health. Let's let Rot just keep taking you down to 1 health. But then again, let's play devil's advocate to what I just said. If Rot only did tick you down to 1 health, then if you were graved...
then you have Dazzle Pudge, yeah. But you could have Dazzle Pudge now.
You could anyway now, sure. But you could have a bunch of other skillless things having to do with Rot. Where Rot could just be on because... You could go into, I don't know, there's ways that you could abuse having Rot not kill you. I can't think of them now, but I'm sure that they would be found out really quickly, and Rot killing you, there's a good reason for it, I'm sure. Can't really think of a reason right now, but there's a good reason. But no, Pudge is top pick. I'm sure he's still the most picked hero.
Yeah, I'm sure he is too. I feel like I see him in every game, and I
feel like at least 3 times he suicides. He suicides skilllessly. He basically Pudge's go-to thing is I'm going to die. I'm going to die. W. I'm going to. Oh, I died. Suicide. And I meant to.
And then
press
I get to all
W,
chat LOL
or question mark.
Yeah.
Or question mark, which is even worse. Where it's like, dude, that was skillless. So a rework on that would be nice. I'm not smart like the developers are for Dota 2, so it's like, I'll leave it up to you guys on how you want to rework that, but let's go ahead and rework it.
I think you're going to get people that argue with you that there is skill to it. I do. I think you're going to get people that tell you that at our skill, it's
there is no skill to it.
At our skill, there is no skill to it because there is no skill with it.
But couldn't you say at higher levels with Faceless Void's old backtrack that he could like count how many times he was hit by a creep and didn't backtrack, thusly throwing himself into a situation where he knew he was going to backtrack? You're still talking about
random odds.
Still, it's Pudge Suicide. There's games where it just feels like Gaben just like is like, I'm gonna enter a pub today, and I'm just gonna fuck with people. I'm just gonna let this Pudge suicide every single time.
You think there's a code at Valve where it's like, today Pudge suiciding with Rot is turned on.
Yeah, and he will just suicide every single time. Where you Laguna Blade him, but you only bring him to 1 health, and then he suicides the rest. And you're like, what the fuck? And that hero, I mean, talk about like number 1 picked hero, never picked in pros, can we just not have him then? Or would
there
we-
are Pudge pickers that listen to the show.
I know there are.
All right. Hey.
That alt account that my Smurf.
Yeah, your Smurf.
My Smurf. Yeah. I've been picking Pudge, and it takes a game or two, but then you start to just like land hooks because you know why. It's one of your abilities, and you throw it all the time, and you're gonna hit him.
And the one that you're constantly trying to throw, and so every missed hook is an opportunity to learn. Right?
Yeah, exactly. And so like, it's a rewarding. It's kind of like I don't know. I guess I can't think of anything else, but like that 5-second reward that you get after doing something. I don't like. I guess crack. You get like a 5-second reward.
Yeah.
I guess that's Pudge. Where like you land a hook and you kill somebody, and like for 5 seconds you feel cool, and then you're like, I need more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's definitely a lot like cocaine, crack, something like
okay.
that. Like with a high reuptake.
Yeah.
They
call
it's
it
just
dosing.
Dosing.
In psychology.
Dosing, high dosing. But it doesn't. Oh no, it does kill you because you can suicide. Okay, never mind. It all full circle with Pudge. Hero is fun as fuck to play for the reason of like landing a hook. Like you just hope I got it. Yes. Okay, I've got to get another hook.
No,
and that is like the,
you know what Pudge
the whole
does?
fucking thing.
Pudge in pubs, the reason he works so fucking well is because he gets inside. I had a game night before last playing with Rin. She's getting her party calibration matches. I told her, I said, hey, you could keep playing normal and keep learning and do it. And she was like, no, she's really excited. She'd just like to see what MMR she is. She's like, I know it won't be that high, but I'd still like to see. I'd still like to know. And I was like, all right, well, we'll do it. She's already got 2 solo games done for her calibration. She's
Nice.
like, she's all about it.
Is that what she's doing right now?
She
Maybe.
might be playing Dota right now. It's possible.
Crazy.
Um,
Audrey would never play Dota without me. Like she would not like that. Like I'd be like, you played it without me. It's just that she would.
Rin all the time. So
she'd rather be on Pinterest or.
I've been
something
recording
like that.
some of the shows out from my house, via our online thing,
Yeah.
and she asked me like twice last week when I was about to. She's like, "Hey, you want to play a game?" And that now means Dota. It no longer means do you want to play like a video game. It just means Dota. And she said so. I said no, I can't. I've got to record. I got to record Theorycraft Thursday. And she's like, oh. Well, do you care if I play a game? I was like, no, that's fine. So I just sat and watched her play a fucking game.
Oh, I bet it's obnoxious too. I bet
it's
You're the worst.
You bet I am.
I bet it's really obnoxious for her to have you be like, yeah, go ahead, I'll watch. No, you won't. You won't watch. You'll fucking yell.
Yeah.
Although you got to see all my sick ass plays today and shut you up right up, dude.
I complimented your play.
I know, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, that was fucking just like exactly what you had, what I needed to do.
It was precisely what you needed to do. It was one of those things. If I saw a Projo, I'd be like, oh shit, dude, did you just see that?
Yeah,
and I'll describe
exactly
it for everybody
what you
here.
needed to do.
I watched you because, as I've learned from listening to Proudland, which has been fucking on. I've been talking about that. I told you I've been enjoying.
I don't
that
need
show.
the compliments.
Everybody who's out there,
don't
enjoying
need them.
That show.
I don't need the hollow compliments. Thank you.
It's not a hollow compliment. I legitimately enjoyed the show. I put on 2 episodes back to back because I enjoyed the first one so much. But I'm watching him. There's no backdoor protection on tier 1s. He's playing Lycan. Roland rushes up. He starts, wrecking this tower, finishing it off.
Mid-tier 1.
Finishes off the mid-tier 1 right as a Juggernaut runs up. He's backdooring, well, not backdooring, but he's doing this without any creeps because there is no backdoor protection. So he's all alone, and here comes Juggernaut with a fresh Omni-Slash ready to go. He pops it. He gets about 3 bounces on you solo before you pop the wolves and throw the wolves, and there's the right thing to do. He jumped.
So what actually
wolves.
happened was I killed the tower. I went into wolf form.
Yeah, to run away, but he Omni-Slashed.
He Omni-Slashed me as I'm charging my wolf form, which is why he got the 3 slashes off. Yeah. And the second I get wolf form, I summon wolves. His last bounce that would have killed me went on a wolf. So random chance there.
Yeah.
That
but
it
was
on a
the
wolf.
only shot you had.
It was the only shot I had, and then I ran away. And it was at like 620 move speed.
Yeah.
God wants me to play Lycan, is what I realized.
No, it was incredible. I've been having every game I've been having.
I random
Lycan
that game.
Awesome.
I random Lycan that game.
Yeah,
I went into that game and I said, God, tell me what I should play, and God said, Lycan. And I will tell you, if Lycan could only start with 200 extra gold every game, because it makes jungling from extremely easy to extremely fucking hard. That 200 gold, and it's just a stout shield. That is all it is. And I've tried combinations of like, okay, I need the stout shield. I'll do stout, quell, tango.
Have you tried? I mean, have you thought about laning him?
I have laned him. Sure, it's great, but the thing is, when your safe laner goes missing at 8 minutes, people tend to check Roshan, and I can just. So the whole reason for jungling him is extra core, taking gold off the map that no one else wants or can take at that time. Can move around. He's just like any lane's little ganker. You know what I mean? Yeah. Where it's like, oh, you need help? Bloop, I'm there. You know, totally doing crazy damage. I level at the same rate somebody does in lane when jungling because he's a fast jungler. He's just a strength hero that takes a shitload of damage. His wolves can't tank. He can't tank. It fucking sucks unless you get a stout shield. And even then, like, if you can start stout, Iron Talon, Tango, you're good. Yeah. You're good all the way to about... You get your Vlads and Blightstone at about 8 minutes and 30 seconds. Supposing nobody comes into jungle, which nobody does. Why would they?
Not at our level.
You're never seen.
Back to the original point, though. So the Pudge. So what I think Pudge does, and the example I have the other night playing with Rin, she's doing a calibration match. I'm mid as a PA, and I do pretty decent against this Pudge mid. He doesn't get a ton of farm. I keep him pretty harassed.
Doesn't matter.
A bounty hunter comes over and gets a kill on him early on with me.
Doesn't matter.
But when he hits level 6, he left the lane and he just roamed. And I told everybody, I was like, look, he's roaming. He went up. Rin was playing Lion. He throws out a hook. He grabs her. He ults her. She's gone.
Yep.
He parks up there by the safe lane for a little bit.
And that spot, like, his spots are fucking obvious. And it's like, even knowing that they're there, I still get hooked all the time.
Yeah.
Because it's just a good spot. That's why it's obvious.
So I'm playing with her in the, like, literally the highest MMR after her in this game is, like, 1,500 when I go through and check everybody. So
how do you know she's higher than 1,500?
No, I think she's gonna place like 13 or 1400.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would assume. I'm not being mean. I'm just saying I placed at fucking 13 or 1400.
I placed at 1860, and I'm like 200 above that.
Well, you dropped.
2.5 years
you
later.
placed 1860 and then dropped and then climbed back up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was. I had 1200s and 11.
Somewhere we have somebody graphing our MMR for like the first year and a half of the podcast.
BBJ.
Oh yeah, Billy Bob.
Yeah.
But so anyway, so this Pudge, he's up there and it gets into the subconscious of the team. After he gets 2 kills in the safe lane, he then goes to our off lane and starts eating the 2 offlaners, just being obnoxious, being Pudge. When people catch on that he's top and we come up there and we put a stop to it, he just goes to a different lane and camps that lane. And at one point, this dude hops on and he tells Rin, and of course, this is my girlfriend, so I'm super fucking defensive right off the bat. But he's like, "Hey, Lion, could you get with the program and stop feeding this fucking Pudge?" And I said, dude...
She's got to thicken up her skin, though, dude. I mean, she's going to play the most toxic game on Earth. She's got to...
No, you know what? Bullshit. What the guy said is the worst fucking thing you can say, and it is the epitome of what Pudges fucking do. Pudges are designed to eat those fucking supports, to catch those supports the moment they make a mistake. We make a fuckload of mistakes at our fucking skill level.
And then to cause internal disruption.
And an internal disruption. And that's exactly what he did. The team was in fucking chaos at minute 8.
Yep.
Because at minute 8, he was able to leave the fucking lane and roam around and start wrecking people. And he sowed chaos. And I told the guy, the only reason we won the game is because I told the guy, I said, hey, that's not what you do to other players. It puts them on tilt. You gotta chill.
Yeah.
And he instantly, after the game, apologized even.
Yeah. Well, when you win, you're happy. Dude, I too had a PA v Pudge game in the loss. I lost this game. And I'm wrecking him. Fucking wrecking this bitch. And it was a long before First Blood. I'm daggering constantly. I did the what did I buy? I bought like Stout, Quell, Tango, double clarity, So I had 2 clarities. And I'm daggering, killing. He hits level 6, he gets everything back instantly.
Yeah,
and it's
because
like,
he
what the fuck? Like, and if you,
that's
if you
his catch-up
remember,
mechanic.
Tom Cronigan or whatever, Tom Cronigan, we met him at the cafe in New York right before ESL 1 New York of last year, like literally a year ago this time. The first cafe we went to before we went in.
We talked to him right before we went in.
He was like, he's like a 5K player, and he's like, I love to play like Pudge and Marana. And granted, this is a year ago. This is before Marana Ags and everything, because he said those are heroes that require literally no gold and can have the same impact. And it's like, yeah, it's great to have a Pudge with an Aether Lens and with Tranquils and with an Urn or with Blade Mail or with Ags or whatever these Pudges build. But at the end of the day, if he hooks you with a level 4 hook and then dismembers you, you're dead. Like, it doesn't matter if he has nothing.
Oh, it's why I've been having so much fun with Warlock mid, dude.
Yeah.
Warlock mid, most of the time, I'm dominating the lane anyway, because Warlock has one of the best fucking nukes that nobody fucking pays attention to. And I remember vividly in my brain,
it's a
somebody
damage
yelling
over time, right?
Yeah, it is. But I mean, it's a nuke. I mean, for all intents and purposes,
it's a dot. It's a dot. I've been playing WoW a lot. I have dots. I have nukes.
Regardless.
I have AoEs.
It's a low level. It's a low level, high damage spell that for all like you're
high
not going to
damage
your
over
way
time
out.
spell. Yeah.
Regardless, I'm usually wrecking the lane as him. But even in the few games I've played lately where I haven't dominated the lane with him, once you hit level 6,
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I toss down an ult and I'm going to get a kill somewhere, and I'm probably going to get a tower as well.
Which I won't call. I won't call that stupid, but I'll call that.
Oh, it made me want to play Pudge. Because I realized that I am not
and it's
unique.
not that hard, dude. It's not hard. It's so these 2K Pudges that we're playing with, you're a 2K Pudge too.
That's how I feel.
We're all a 2K Pudge.
Yeah, I think right.
Like everybody is baseline 2K Pudge.
But you don't even have to. Here's the deal. Like, yeah, you can. You have games where Pudges are really fucking shit. And we all have.
It's a bad Pudge game for that Pudge.
Yeah,
dude.
it's a bad Pudge.
He's just missing his hooks instead of landing them. That's the only fucking thing.
But the beauty of the Pudge, and I realized it in that moment, and I want to. Part of what I've been trying to do is play more heroes that have this impact on a team, and that is he's a hero that can psychologically break down the enemy team. He can cause infighting. He can cause infighting amongst friends. People you play with all the time. You can be like, "Hey, you know where that Pudge is gonna be? How many times have you been told that by somebody you know?
Why are you
standing there? Don't be right here." And some asshole
Bury
draws on the
yourself
map
in
and tells you where you're not supposed to fucking
Bury
be.
yourself in
Bury
creeps.
yourself in the creeps, even though you
But at
buried
the end of the
yourself in
day,
creeps
you
before
got
it
hooked. But at the end of the day, you got hooked.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter.
And you're
really,
going
it
to,
should just
'cause
be
you're right.
like, that sucks.
If Pudge never landed a hook, nobody would ever play that hero.
Yeah.
Pudges land hooks.
Yeah, well, because it's his one ability other than his ult that does something. I mean, well, Rot does something, obviously, but like, it's that obviously is like, hey, this is my dig. You know what I mean? This is my thing. And it's like, I throw hooks, and like, at our skill level, they're throwing him blind. And guess what?
Well, and
they're going to hit him sometimes.
He's one of those heroes, too, and I think the reason we see a lot of these heroes at our level, and the reason they can excel a lot at our level, like Silencer, Legion Commander, and Pudge, they all gain permanent fucking bonuses from getting these kills. So they are the epitome of fucking snowballs, and at our level, having those built-in abilities that make you snowball. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even that they allow you to, it's that they force a snowball on your hero. Mm-hmm. Sans you making a shit item choice, you making a shit, a tactical decision. If you're getting kills or you manage to get kills, you can start to slowly snowball.
Yeah, no matter what time you get your E, which is Flesh Heap.
And if the game goes super late, having that built-in ability at our level, they're high kill games. How many games have you played where there have been over 100 kills?
Which is probably a reason why Pudge isn't picked at pro games, because like we're seeing 17 to 15.
The other day the predictions on the Boston Major were everybody was shocked because it broke 12 kills before 10 minutes.
Yeah, well, that's because they're good. You know what I mean? But the thing with Pudge is, as you rise in MMR, people get better at dodging, and the Pudges get better at hooking. So Pudge is always as good as his competitor, in my opinion. So that's why you see Pudges at every level, right?
And in pubs. Because it's so easy to sow discontent amongst amongst
yeah.
strangers.
Pudge, I look at Pudge as like a permanent fixture. Like he's part of the map. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's on my team or he's on their team. He's like this NPC thing that hooks things and just don't go for the bounty rune up there because he's at this spot. Oh, you went for it. Okay, now cut trees and try. No, you died. Yep, he got you because I told you the Pudge was there. And no, yeah, no, let's not fight. It was 100 gold. Okay, whatever. Muted. You know that is Pudge.
Yep, and nothing destroys teams faster than
morale.
Yeah, and having early morale hits.
Oh, dude, it's happening to me in pick phase all the time because, as you know, I don't pick traditional, which traditional for us is like Juggernaut, Sven, Phantom Assassin, Mirana, Pudge, supports.
Like, yeah, I'm jungling Leshrac, what of it?
That's one I've never jungled and thought a lot about because the lightning bounces.
Those lightning bounces.
Or like, you know, I don't know. I do like Tidehunter jungle. Like we had a guy that insisted Mirana offlane and solo offlane. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to play Tidehunter jungle then. And it was like, you fucking idiot. You reported and everyone's like, yeah, what a fucking idiot. Tidehunter can't jungle. You're going to fucking die, you loser. Fucking feeder reported. And then, sure enough, like... well played. After like I get level 6 at the same time our mid does because hey, we need some lockdown and we have none of it because this Mirana wants to get nags really quick and wants solo lane so that she can get Starfall to level 4 for her ags that she's gonna get at 12 minutes in her mind.
Yeah.
But realistically, she'll be lucky to get that ags by the end of this game because she sucks and she's solo off lane as Mirana. Meanwhile, I'm under the I've been picking what the team needs. Like we're doing 4-core gaming, all for it. Okay, I'll go in the jungle, leave you guys alone. You do your stuff. I'll put fires out, and we'll lose, and it'll be great. No, up until recently, I was winning a lot.
Yeah.
I honestly, I've talked to Proud about it a lot. I get in these I want to play Dota. Not going to waste my time with normal, even though 2 minutes into a normal game, it's the same thing. Yeah. I agree with you. Mm-hmm. Not going to waste my time with normal. Want MMR on the line, even when I'm tilted. Going to go in. I'm going to play.
Yeah, that's been the hardest for me too. And I still fail every once in a while to avoid it. I have at least twice in the last week, and my MMR suffered for it. Like I was at 2175, and I think I'm sitting at like 2125.
I was like 24 or 2375 and dropped like 300. Just a straight free fall. And honestly, it had a lot to do with I want to play Dota. So I'm going to play Dota. Random Pugna. Awesome. I love Pugna. Random Phoenix. Awesome. I love Phoenix. And I do realize I love all of Gaben's children. You know what I mean? I do.
How about instead? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. You should just random. You're gonna random.
Yeah, hate me for it. Leave 4-star reviews. I don't give a fuck. I'm set in my ways. I'm like an old man. Like, you know what I mean? Like you give them a pass sometimes. Like with their.
Why don't you party with people?
Because that doesn't help my solo MMR.
But you
like sometimes
it actually would.
You know, I stayed up like all night with Curbside and Crossley or Exley.
Yeah.
This was the all night Pudge. And then they're like, hey, you want to play? And it was actually a really good time. And we ended up playing like Rocket League and like we talked to like all sorts of weird, like religion came into the mix. And we had this like, it was
existential
fun.
conversation.
It was a lot of Norse in there because I'm like, dude,
okay,
like
sure.
How come Norse isn't like? I would totally go to a Norse church, man. Like that would be sweet. I can get behind that. I don't know how lightning works. Okay, like it's Thor's anvil, man.
It's still a mystery.
Yeah, like I know some people do, but fuck those scientists. Like I don't know how it works. Yeah. And I partied with them and had a great time. And I was like, I don't know why I don't do this more often.
Yeah.
But most of the time I'm not in a great mood. And like, I don't know, I'm kind of antisocial, I guess, to be completely honest. Like I'm not like a social, I'm okay. If you're around me, I'm going to talk a lot and I'm going to be really loud, but that doesn't mean that I don't do that when you're not around too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when there's nobody here, Roland's talking loudly to himself.
Yeah, so it's like you're just
tangentializing to the ether.
It's not that I enjoy that you have to, incur my loudness. This isn't some like inherent charisma or something like that. It's like I'd rather play alone and mute everybody and listen to the same album I've listened to for 2 years. And do that.
I've been listening to like Wu-Tang Clan while I carry.
Oh, it's Father John Misty, dude.
Just get a nice beat going in the background. It's super easy to time those last hits. It feels like
all Father John. I can't stop listening to Father fucking John Misty. And I'm writing a novel 'cause never been done before. It's all that, and it's all solo, and it's all muting everybody, and it's honestly fun. I don't know. Dota's fun.
I don't remember the last. Well, oh no, we did the Battle Cup like
the last time we played
week.
A game together.
Well, you, me, and Andrew.
Yeah, and we used to play every game together. It would be like a sin if you didn't.
Yeah. Oh, I would. There were many months where if Wazoo walked out here into the studio and we were 5 minutes into a match, you'd be like, why didn't you just say you were going to play a match and let me know?
Yeah.
I would have partied up.
I know. We had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of games together. Which honestly, I'm glad that stopped. Yeah. Because like you remember the fights that
there were a lot.
Oh, and they were so dumb. And I remember the one time I ignored Andrew for just like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Where I literally like he just went on and I just sat there and I literally like just for 45 minutes ignored him. Just straight up ignored him. And it worked.
He's gotten a lot better to play with.
Oh, absolutely.
He's way more fun to play with.
Absolutely. But if we were playing with him like every single
He also
game,
got somewhat humbled along the way.
No, he's definitely gotten a ton better, and I enjoy playing with him. He still thinks he's better than me, though.
Yeah, I know he thinks he's better than everybody because he's always got the I was over 3K.
Oh, you know what's cool is you get trophies for where you placed in like that fake MMR thing that you could switch your MMR out with. And yeah, I've been 3K too. So fuck him. Like I have proof. Like I actually have a trophy that says I've been 3K. Yeah. 3019 is what I've been. So I have been 3K. I didn't realize my party was 3K at one point. And then my solos high was 2849. Wow. Yeah, so I was damn close to 3K. But that was when I was playing the most Dota I've ever played.
My party is at its lowest right now at like 2050 or so, 2070 or so. And the party on that account at one point was like 26.
Yeah. I feel like if I played Sven and Lycan and Juggernaut and Phantom Assassin, like everybody else, with minus Lycan, like everybody else, I could climb MMR. I really do. I played a Sven game and just like crushed. And I was just like, okay, well, can't wait for the next game where I'm going to random for sure. Because it's like, I don't want to go do a 9 to 5. And that's what Sven's starting to feel like, dude. Doing a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Where it's like, all right, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to get into lane. I have 2 tango, a stout, and a mango. I'm going to get into lane. I'm going to last hit until I can buy my quell. Got my quell. Sweet. I'm going to buy brown boots. Sweet. Going to buy Helm of the Iron Will. Sweet. Going to get Morbid Mass. Sweet. Now I have a Dominator. Grab a creep. Send it over to the Ancients. Sack the Ancients. Sack the Ancients. Sack the Ancients. Sack the Ancients. Kill the Ancients. Get Echo Saber. Get Blink. Get BKB. Maybe not BKB. Maybe let's go Chrysalis into crit. Okay, let's see if we're going to win the game. We're going to win the game. Nope, I just died. Nope, we are going to win the game because I'm coming back out over. Fucking that is a Sven game. Like, I don't like that. I don't like knowing what I'm going in for. Like, I know that, like, the variable, like, ooh, that was a tough game, and that OD Astral imprisoned me, and then I hit him with the stun barely, and then chink with my Echo Saber and got him. It's just not fun. I don't have fun doing the repeated thing. I do sometimes. I fall in love, as you know.
Yeah, of course.
But that love like subsides. You know, like I know. I can't date anybody for longer than like 12 games. You know what I mean? Before I'll come back. You know. And I don't really like exploiting the meta unless it's like 6.83 sniper, just because that was way too fun. And yeah, I don't know. I guess if I just don't care enough at the end of the day. especially now.
Which is funny because but at the same
But
time,
if I were 28, 50, I would care a lot. Like if I
no, you wouldn't.
I think I
No,
think
I don't think so. I think you would care the same amount because this is your problem is that you can't play a game without there being something on the line, but you can't.
But I can't like
it's your poker problem.
It's like I can't put like a giant risk as well. Like I can't like even when I do the risk of getting a weird hero, I want there to be a weird circumstance as well that I overcome.
Yeah,
or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, you could, God, you could almost like you'd almost be better to just go to dotapicker.com and literally just play whatever hero popped up with the highest counter pick.
That's what Andrew told me to do today. He's like, you play every hero. Why don't you just counter pick at this point?
Yeah, I mean, even if it is a shit counter pick, or even if counter pickers are bullshit and you don't learn anything, if what you're going to do is literally just play any fucking hero and you need fucking variety, maybe at least let the variety like shape the team instead of being pure random. You know what I mean? Because then
well, I want a Dota picker.
I'd be interested to see what your odds were like. I'd be interested to see what your win rate was like over the course of 50 games of doing that versus 50 games of randoming.
I have holes. I have Meepo as a whole. I have Silencer as a whole in my play.
But so what? That's the challenge,
remember,
right?
You started playing Silencer.
Yeah, I know. You wouldn't play Silencer again. Silencer's a great fucking hero.
And then I was like, no, that's Denny's hero. Like, I don't play Silencer. Sure. That's Denny's hero.
But
kind of like Skyrath Mage.
You ended up playing Crystal Maiden. You ended up playing Lion.
Skyrath Mage. Oh, he's one of my favorites.
Skyrath is a blast,
yeah. But just because you see so much like Timbersaw, Phantom Assassin, which Phantom Assassin wrecks you until you get Ghost Scepter. But fucking love playing Skyrath into PA if I'm not in the same lane as PA. Like if I'm like an off lane, like, well, that's not a good example. Like, I don't know, I'm off lane, she's mid, and I'm able to do my thing for a while and get my Ghost Scepter, then I'll do it. But
yeah,
maybe I should just do the counter picker. Elder Titan, I've been loving. I do just love all of Gaben's.
Oh, I do some Elder Titan like Void games. Man, I had the best Void game.
I don't know if that's the thing, honestly. I don't know. Like, I know that it's a synergy and it sets up my Earth split, but also what sets up my Earth split is the terrain of the map. Like, if I just take advantage of, like, movement, and I'm playing like a 4, honestly, I'm going to land good Earth splits.
In fact, speaking of synergy with Void, played a game the other night with Void Lich, but Void Lich Magnus.
Ooh.
And Magnus would RP, and then I just throw the Chrono. And then the Lich throws the ult. Rin was on the Lich, and she went like 17-2 or something.
Because they're just so close.
They're just right next to each other. It's just constant
Imagine
bounces.
an axe.
I had fucking Mask of Madness on, and I'd just be boom, boom, boom,
Oh,
boom,
this
boom.
was your Faceless Void Mask of Madness game?
Such a good game.
Is that a new item? Mask of Madness?
Yeah, it's a brand new item.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Ever heard of it?
No, I'd never heard of it. Like,
I wouldn't have bought it if I just wasn't farming like a fucking madman and felt like I was just gonna wreck this entire team.
And you did, didn't you?
Yeah, it was a great fucking game. It was a blast.
Yeah, I've had stomps before.
Yeah,
I've had those.
It was a good time.
Remember
and
that?
It was off.
Remember that night when I was just on fire?
Yeah,
I wanted to win.
Well,
I
still want to win.
I think I should consult a physician. I think I should be like, I've lost my Dota drive, and they'd be like, "Ooh, are you on any antidepressants?" I'd be like, "Yes, I am." They're like, "Let's switch you over to a different one so you can get your Dota drive back." And it's like, "You mean I want to make love to Dota again?" And they'll be like, "Yes," and you'll be able to.
Yes, and you'll be able to.
And I'll be like, awesome.
All right. On that note,
Okay.
I'm gonna kill this thing. So we were supposed to do reviews, but I can't pull up because now I'm home, or now that I'm not home, I can't pull up all the UK reviews.
I have a review from not Roland 777 gonna be 5K that says I only ever listen to the Wednesday show, and Ursinity is my favorite of any of them because he's small and supple like me.
Wow, that was oddly weird, oddly disturbing.
Wasn't me.
Yeah, wasn't you?
It was not DotP
No.
Roland 777.
Only 4 stars though. I noticed on that one.
Yeah, only 4 stars, and that's because he got 5K when he shouldn't have. That's why that guy left 4 stars. Shouldn't have got 5K, but did anyway, is what the title of the 4 stars thing.
All right, well, prepare to tune in to Try Hard Tuesdays tomorrow, folks. They're going to be talking about Butterfly, it looks like, from the poll. Spoiler alert, but it was a crime, I felt like, that it beat Scythe of Ice. But yeah, so if you guys haven't been checking those out, we've been throwing out Twitter polls if you're not following us on
Has
Twitter.
Andrew ever built a butterfly?
I'm sure he's.
You know, there are
played
items
Hero.
that Andrew has never built. Like, there exist items that Andrew's never built a Bloodstone.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah.
There are items. No,
He doesn't play any
admits it.
heroes that play. But it would build.
I can't even imagine. Like, there are items I'm bad with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I have built every item hundreds of times. There's not maybe Lotus Orb, probably not 100 times, but I've still built Lotus Orb plenty of times.
Yeah, I built Lotus Orb. I was trying to think of an item I may not have built.
I built every item.
Wow, that's an interesting question. I wonder if
Every item. Like, I can't think of. I've never seen you build a Necro book.
No, I've built a Necro book before on Pugna. I built a Necro book. In fact, I built a Necro book on Pugna in our 80-12 matches when I was playing Pug.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
And it wasn't that great.
I've never seen you build an Orchid.
No, I've built Orchid before.
I've never seen you build a Bloodthorn.
I don't know. Maybe not. Who
There we go.
would I play that would build a Bloodthorn?
There's only one hero that builds Bloodthorn, and it's Clinks. He is literally...
see Storm Spirits
sure,
build it.
They build it all
I see
the time.
Quaps build it.
But
Oh,
it
no,
was-
I built a Bloodthorn. I built a Bloodthorn on Quap.
That's
for sure.
It's a Clinks item. It
Oh,
should
it's
say only
Clinks.
available for Clinks. That everybody knows that Clinks is the only person that really should get a Bloodthorn. No, are you just looking through an items list right here? I've never built Mask of Madness. Except in 6.83 every single game on Sniper. Oh, man.
I have Scotty, San,
Boots. Never built boots. I have never built those, the brown ones or the...
I've never built an Ethereal Blade.
Really?
Yeah.
You know I've built like 6 in one game.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Oh, Drow
Maybe that's
Ranger.
why. Maybe that's my aversion to the
Yeah,
Ethereal
yeah.
Blade. You ever built a Rod of Atos?
Of course I have.
Oh, okay. Well, you know.
I've played OD. I don't know. I know that that's not your Hurricane Pike, but I still like. I do
Rod of
Atos.
But
I made a prediction about Rod of Atos on Proudland. You said you listened to it.
I haven't finished the last episode. Phases of the game, I'm like halfway through. I was listening to it as I pulled up here.
I will say, spoiler alert, Rod of Atos will build into a new item.
Okay.
That was my prediction.
That's a good prediction.
It's just kind of an empty item. I feel like it
I
could
don't
definitely
think,
build into something.
You see silencers pick it up sometimes. You see ODs pick it up sometimes.
Aether Lens, Rod of Atos, build into something.
And it makes sense on OD. I'm sure there are plenty
Wouldn't
of
that be
people out there
awesome?
building
An
it.
Aether Lens and a Rod of Atos? Building into the same item? Because Aether Lens doesn't do anything. It does. It's not activatable. And it is. Look at Dragonlance and Force Staff. One was activatable, one wasn't.
Okay.
That's my theory.
Okay, I like it. I'm all about it. All right, follow us on Twitter at @DotP_show. DefensivePages.com is the website.
I want like a rare item. I want an
If you get it
expensive
right.
rare item if I'm right about
I'll
that.
send you that anti-mage set that you wanted so bad. I've got it.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah. The Battle Pass one? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think...
Oh, yeah, it was like a very rare, wasn't it? Or a rare?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, I'm sitting on that. He looks ridiculous.
The real thing I want is... So there's a Lycan set that exists. And there's not much Lycan cosmetics. Because, hey, it gets picked 3% of the time. Where he's awesome. And he's like totally transformed. Way cool Lycan set. And it's $3 to buy the chest that is a chest full of chests that if you get the chest to open the Lycan set. Okay? So it's like one of those chests.
And it's not on the market, the set?
It is for $50. Or you can buy the
$50 worth of those chests? I think you're better off
because
spending the $50.
It's a chest. Then you get a chest, and then the Lycan set has to be in that chest, and then you have to get the Lycan set from that chest.
Yeah.
So it's like, I saw it was like $47 and then $3. And I was like, sweet, $3. I don't know what the difference is. And I bought the set, or the thing, and it's like, treasure of the treasure set. And it's like, yeah, and I got like probably the Pugna BZZ set or whatever.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Also been watching the Boston stuff.
Yeah, it's all been good, the Boston.
Yeah,
Mariners.
Nahad's coming back. Thumbs up.
Yeah, we should make a run at getting some guests on the show. Yeah, it's been a while since we've hit some folks up. It'd be interesting to see what they're up to. Between the qualifiers and the actual.
Let's get that Rascal Draskell.
Okay, sure. We'll hit him.
No,
up
I
and
don't
see.
want him on the show. I just wanted to say Rascal Draskell.
okay.
Yeah, we should definitely get somebody who I like on the show for sure.
Okay, sure.
No, I like Draskell. I'm just joking. I like him because I know bald people. You know what I mean? I feel like I have bald sympathy.
You're a bald empathizer?
I'm a bald empathizer. Thank you. I want him on the show to show everyone that we care about bald people too.
We care about bald people.
There's a big bald community out there.
Yeah, and I think you're right. That's the next market
Draskell
share
represents
to go
it,
after.
and
Yeah.
I think having Draskell on
Bald Dota 2 players.
would do a lot for us.
That's all we care about. Man.
I mean, I know I'm balding from all this stress.
If you're not bald,
so,
don't listen to .p.
yeah, the bald move with Draskell. You know what I mean? The bald movement where we can,
Bald-faced Dota. With Draskell. That'll be the new show we produce after this one.
That rascal Draskell.
Or Rascal Draskell.
I'm sure he would hate that, but if he comes on the show, I promise you, I will call him. I will introduce him as Rascal the Draskell.
Oh, God.
Draskell the Rascal.
And you guys will all know why Roland's not on that episode when it happens.
I will be on that episode. I will come in the studio and be like, what's up, Rascal the Draskell?
At defenseofthepatients.com, you can also find our Amazon banner. I'm going to keep going.
I don't know why I think of that every single time. Because what else rhymes with Rascal?
Patreon.com/defense.
Think of it. Nothing.
Pascal.
And a Pascal is one atmosphere. So like if you're 10 feet underwater, that's the feeling of 2 atmospheres. Because you always have 1 atmosphere.
If you donate $20, you can get somebody to do your replay. Roland might even be one of those people.
No, I'm much more. I am $20 and that cool lichen set is how much it costs to have me replay your review.
You're just a cool lichen set away from a Roland review.
Yep.
That's all we're taking around these parts.
Oh, man.
Leave us a review on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play.
No, but if you want Lena Jungle, that's
Roland's
$20 in a Lena Arcana. That's how much that costs. Or just the Lena Arcana, whichever you're willing to do. I prefer the $20 and the Lena Arcana, but
sure.
I'll take either one.
Oh, did you see that new quest path on the Battle Pass?
Yeah. It's called Split. It's called the Split Tree or whatever.
Twin Forks.
Twin Forks, yeah.
Yeah. It's
I finished the Razor one.
Oh, really? Wow.
And I'm almost done with the other, not the support one.
I have to do one of the options before the final one, before the Razor one.
There was one on the Razor path that was stupid hard. The split push one where it's like deal 1,000 damage to enemy towers as your towers are being damaged by enemy heroes.
I didn't do that.
That's across multiple victories though, which is cool about it. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So yeah, that one is across multiple victories.
I should have picked that one up then.
It still took me forever, and that's during my Lycan phase. And so like I was at like 352 for the longest time. Then I jumped up to like 786.
But it's while your enemy is defending.
It has to be a hero, can't be creeps. So it has to be an enemy hero attacking one of your towers while you're simultaneously attacking one of their towers. Yeah. And it only will count that damage if they glyph does not count. If it's backdoor, does not count. Maybe. I might be wrong about that. The backdoor thing. But it is hard as fuck. So I would see somebody attack our tower and I'd like wolf form and like rush a tower and like I'm going to get I would get like 50 a game until I finally got that fucking challenge. But
Jesus.
I did it. Then Razor I did in one game, dude. It was awesome.
Defenseofthepatients@gmail.com. We have a show email that I'm not going to give out here, but I had to register an actual email at defenseofthepatients.com recently so that we could do our press pass stuff for Boston Major. Because I think we're going to be sending Urseem Proud to the Boston Major.
Yeah, it's looking like it. Did you make us a business?
No, I haven't done that yet.
I was
telling people tonight I got to finish.
I was going to do
it earlier today. I got to finish that.
But then there were hard questions and they had big words in there. So I was like, definitely Denny's domain.
Oh, man. Some of those questions. And some of the questions are so ridiculous because it's obvious that they don't pertain to us. And I just want to be like, we're a podcast.
We mean a pod blog. This is what we are.
We don't. Some weird, like, do coal mining taxes apply to the business? And it's like, no. I mean, I guess maybe we'll start reporting in the coal mine.
It requires electricity.
Yeah. Oh, my God. You see? And who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows with these types of questions? I didn't know it was this hard to
I can give you
register
the dude's number.
A business. Yeah. Well, we'll figure it
so
out.
You can just do it. Really.
Yeah.
That's just his questionnaire, so he can
So that he can do it?
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, no, unless I don't know what's going on here with some of those questions.
He's bugging me too. He's hounding me.
Oh,
He's
good.
like, yo, you got to get that in.
Well, I'm going to do it tonight after the show. So
No, you're not.
yeah, no, I am.
You'll be like, I'll do it tomorrow at work.
Well, maybe I'll do it tomorrow at work.
All right.
Okay. All right. So defensivpatients@gmail.com if you want to email us. And I think that's going to be it, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're having a happy Halloween.
Fuck Halloween.
You're not a fan?
No, I don't really care. Like, I'm old. Like, I'm a grown up now,
Yeah,
so it's
I'm
like
beyond it.
that's how I feel about Halloween. I
I'm
guess
good for sitting at home while the kids are trick or treating.
I'm good at turning the front light off. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I can't give no candy to no kids. I got a Dota match going on.
Yeah, like, no, like
You guys aren't worth
Didn't
the
your
abandon.
parents tell you not to do exactly this? Anyway.
All right. Until next time, this is Cyphus and Roland saying good luck and Godspeed.